Democrat voter and recent blogger who's fed up with Congress and this administration on the national economy, Bruce Webster.
Hello! Several weeks ago, my sweet wife Sandra turned to me and said, "There's a march in D.C. We're going to go to it." I didn't quite expect to be up here. It is true that I was a Democrat for 37 years, but then again, when I grew up, Democrats believed in lower taxes, free enterprise, capitalism, a strong defense, a firm stand against totalitarianism, and equal opportunity before the law. Come to think of it, I may be too conservative for the Republicans.
We've been saying that for a while.
Now, why am I here? I can sum it up in 2 quotes. About 250 years ago, a wise Scotsman by the name of David Hume gave us a warning for our day. He said, "It is seldom that liberty of any kind is lost all at once." I am here because I am concerned about the liberties that we are losing. The second quote comes from Abraham Lincoln, and talking about the Emancipation Proclamation, he said, "America is the last best hope of earth." Now let me ask you, how many of you are veterans or have family members who have served or are serving in the armed forces? Let me hear you. My father, Lieutenant John A. Webster, was at Pearl Harbor, was at the Naval Battle of Guadalcanal, and went ashore with the Marines at Guam before he was 20 years old. He then stayed in the Navy long enough to do 2 terms of duty in Vietnam. His namesake, my son, John A. Webster, corporal in the U.S. Marine Corps, has done 1 tour in Iraq and is fighting with the Corps to go overseas again. My nephew, Darren Green, is a corporal in the U.S. Marine Corps. He followed John into the Corps. He is currently in the Helmand province of Afghanistan, right where the fighting is the worst. We owe the men and women throughout the history of this country who have served a great debt. And 165 years ago, Abraham Lincoln told us, or excuse me, 146 years ago, Abraham Lincoln told us what that debt was. He said, "It is for us, the living, to be dedicated to the unfinished work which they have so nobly advanced." He said, "It is for us to be dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead and from the honored living, we take increased devotion to that course for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead and our veterans will not have served and died in vain. That this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom. And that, note what President Lincoln did not say. He did not say government of the White House, by the White House, for the White House. He did not say government of the courts, by the courts, and for the courts. And he most certainly did not say government of the Congress, by the Congress, and for the Congress. What did he say? Government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth. That is our task. God bless us and God bless America.